Welcome to News Mongolia, where we bring you the latest stories and updates from across the nation and beyond. I'm Batsirin Namshar. For our top stories, key agreements signed during President Tokayev's state visit to Mongolia. Mongolia awards Ban Ki-moon with the Order of Chinggis Khan on the occasion of National Pride Day. Cooperation with the World Justice Project to advance human rights and combat corruption. For the news, stay tuned. President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev of Kazakhstan is on a state visit to Mongolia on the invitation of President Khursulukh of Mongolia. During this visit, the two nations signed a series of important agreements aimed at strengthening bilateral cooperation across various sectors, marking a significant step forward in their diplomatic relationship.
The highlight of the visit was the signing of the declaration on the strategic partnership between Mongolia and the Republic of Kazakhstan. This document, signed by both heads of state, elevates the friendly ties between the two countries to a strategic partnership. Under this framework, the nations aim to deepen collaboration in multiple fields, including politics, security, trade, economy, education, culture, and international diplomacy. One of the key agreements signed was the Intergovernmental Agreement on Pension Cooperation. The agreement signed by Mongolia's Minister of Family and Social Protection, Inkhamukhlung, and Kazakhstan's First Deputy Prime Minister, Roman Sklyar, allows citizens of both countries to combine their working years to qualify for pensions. This agreement is particularly relevant for the about 3,000 Mongolians working in Kazakhstan, ensuring their pension contributions are recognized across borders. The roadmap for activating economic and trade cooperation from 2025 to 2027 was signed by Mongolia's Foreign Minister Batsitsik Batmokh and Roman Sklyar. This roadmap outlines cooperation in sectors like trade, transport, logistics, agriculture, and tourism, aiming to stimulate bilateral trade and economic growth. Mongolia and Kazakhstan also signed the Intergovernmental Agreement on Air Search and Rescue Cooperation. This document, signed by the respective Minister of Transport, focuses on strengthening disaster response and enabling joint operations for air and ground rescue missions. An MOU between the two nations' transportation ministries seeks to boost efficiency in passenger and cargo transport. This agreement aims to improve operations at land ports and increase international transport volumes, promoting trade and connectivity in the region. Furthermore, a Memorandum of Understanding on Cultural Cooperation was signed by Mongolia's Minister of Culture, Nemchimbat, and Kazakhstan's Minister of Culture, Aida Balayeva. This MOU promotes collaboration in exhibitions, film screenings, and cultural heritage preservations, reflecting the shared history and nomadic traditions of the two nations. The countries also signed an MOU in the agriculture and light industry sectors, focusing on wool and leather production, veterinary medicine, and quarantine standards. This agreement aims to enhance agricultural trade and attract investment in manufacturing. In the digital sector, the two sides agreed to cooperate under an MOU on communications and technology. The focus will be on sharing expertise, fostering innovation, and developing AI-based solutions for governance. The visit also saw the signing of a memorandum on cooperation in nuclear energy. This agreement promotes knowledge sharing and training in radiation safety, uranium extraction, and peaceful uses of nuclear energy. The 2025 to 2027 cooperation plan between the foreign ministries of both countries was signed, paving the way for regular high-level meetings and political dialogue. The plan aims to enhance collaboration on regional and international issues of mutual interests. President Tokayev's state visit to Mongolia underscores the importance of bilateral cooperation across a wide range of sectors. The agreement signed during this visit reflects a shared commitment to deepening economic, cultural, and strategic ties, setting the stage for a stronger partnership between Mongolia and Kazakhstan in the years ahead.
The state visit by Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, President of the Republic of Kazakhstan, to Mongolia concluded on October 29, 2024. This pivotal visit marked a significant step in strengthening the traditional friendly relations between the two nations, culminating in the designation of their relationship as a strategic partnership. President Tokayev was seen off at Chinggis International Airport by Mongolia's Minister of Foreign Affairs Patitu Batmuh, along with Gabit Koyshibayev, the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Kazakhstan to Mongolia, and other high-ranking officials. The visit is hailed as a new chapter in the history of Mongolia and Kazakhstan relations, emphasizing cooperation and shared goals. The leaders discussed various areas of collaboration, aiming to enhance political, economic, and cultural ties. As both countries move forward under this strategic partnership framework, expectations are high for increased cooperation and development initiatives that will benefit both nations and their peoples.
In celebration of the 862nd anniversary of Chinggis Khan's birth and National Pride Day, Mongolia has announced that former UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon will receive the prestigious Order of Chinggis Khan. The decision was revealed today by Zandan Shatar, head of the presidential office.
Mr. Zandan Shatar noted that Ban Ki-moon significantly contributed towards elevating the relations between Mongolia and South Korea to strategic partnership during his tenure as South Korean foreign minister. His visit to Mongolia in 2009 further strengthened bilateral ties across various sectors. As Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon played a crucial role in enhancing the relationship between Mongolia and the United Nations, emphasizing the organization's importance in supporting Mongolia's security and development. Under his leadership, numerous initiatives were launched, including the establishment of hub for landlocked developing countries in Mongolia. Ban Ki-moon also made vital contributions towards addressing climate change and promoting sustainable development, aligning with the Sustainable Development Goals and the Paris Agreement. The Green Development Fund, established under his guidance, has provided Mongolia with $470 million in concessional loans and grants. Furthermore, Mr. Zandan Shatar commended Ban Ki-moon's support for Mongolia's peacekeeping operations, which have bolstered the country's contributions to global peace efforts. His tenure was marked by significant advancements in international peace, security, and human rights advocacy. The Order of Chinggis Khan, first awarded in 2005 to Mongolia's first president, Ochorbat, honors individuals who have made outstanding contributions to Mongolia's independence, unity, and cultural heritage. In 2022, it was awarded for the first time to a foreign national, American scholar Jack Weatherford. Zandan Shatar emphasized that the award not only recognizes Ban Ki-moon's achievements but also highlights his significant impact on Mongolia's international standing and development.
The Minister of Justice and Home Affairs, Altingirl, met with Srirak Pilipat, the Asia-Pacific Regional Director of the international non-governmental organization, the World Justice Project. The meeting focused on exploring collaboration on draft laws related to human rights and anti-corruption, as well as the strategies for their implementation.
During the discussion, Srirak Pilipat provided an overview of the World Justice Project's Rule of Law Index, which is based on 8 key indicators. Minister Altingirl highlighted the government's commitment to significant reforms over the next 4 years, prioritizing human rights and anti-corruption efforts. He expressed his enthusiasm for collaborating with the World Justice Project at this pivotal time as Mongolia embarks on a new era in its fight against corruption. The World Justice Project assesses the rule of law globally, evaluating countries based on factors such as the distribution of state power, corruption, open governance, human rights, crime, violence, law enforcement, and both criminal and civil procedure. Pilipat emphasized that the assessments are conducted independently, ensuring objectivity. The meeting also included key representatives from the Mongolian government, including Turot, anti-corruption policy advisor to the Prime Minister, Nimgiril, head of the Policy Implementation Coordination Department of the Ministry of Justice and Home Affairs, and Narantoya, head of the Department of International Agreements and Foreign Cooperation.
You're watching News Mongolia. Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Now let's turn our attention to international news from our partner agencies. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warned that a lack of support for Ukraine would be a big win for Putin and a loss for the West, as he was asked to speculate on the outcome of the upcoming US presidential election.
Zelensky was asked about speculation that U.S. Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump would withdraw aid to Ukraine if elected, but Zelensky appeared to be unaware of the comments. However, Zelensky emphasized that Ukraine would be relying on bipartisan support. Zelensky also commented on the presence of North Korean troops in Russia, saying that he expected there to be up to 12,000 in total arriving soon.
First of all, about North Korean soldiers and officers. They have both. They have both already on Russian territory. And they will use it both. They will use it on our territory. 3,000 already on the territory of Russia. 3,000 of North Korean soldiers. We think the information from our intelligence, we think that they will have 12,000.
Thousands of North Korean soldiers are expected to reinforce Russian troops on the front line in Ukraine and are pushing the almost 3-year war beyond the borders of the warring parties. Zelensky described it as an escalation. Western leaders warned that its involvement in a European war could also unsettle relations in the Indo-Pacific region, including Japan and Australia.
Israel says it has evidence that dozens of United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine refugees employees are affiliated with Hamas in Gaza and said it will no longer work with the UN humanitarian agency. Israeli Ambassador Dani Danon said it's neither illegitimate nor moral to disregard the undeniable fact that UNRWA Gaza has become a front for Hamas.
Months ago, we revealed that over 100 UNRWA employees were Hamas operatives, providing their names and Hamas IDs to the UN. Yet, no action was taken. More recently, we exposed an UNRWA clinic in Gaza which was being used as a weapons depot and launch site. At the same time, the head of UNRWA's Teachers Union in Lebanon was also a Hamas commander. We will continue to work with the UN. We will continue to work with UN organs who are focused on humanitarian assistance to the Palestinians, but not in terrorism. We are proving that that's pure terrorism. You have WHO, UNICEF, World Food Programme, dozens of NGOs that operate today in Gaza. We will continue to work with them, but we will not continue to work with UNRWA after what we just exposed.
Israel's parliament passed bills banning the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees from operating in Israel and the Palestinian territories. United Nations Relief and Work Agency for Palestine Refugees is the main provider of aid in the Gaza Strip and provides education, health, and other basic services to millions of Palestinian refugees across the region, including in the Israeli-occupied West Bank.
We respect the United States and we collaborate with the United States, but I would point out to the fact that the Congress itself here in the United States decided last September to stop funding for UNRWA. The US was the biggest donor to UNRWA. They gave approximately $300 million a year to UNRWA, and still the Congress voted and decided to stop funding at least until 2025. So I think the congressmen who saw the evidence we shared here and other materials were knowledgeable enough to take that action. And I think that if someone wants to support humanitarian efforts in Gaza, he should do it, but he can do it with other organs, not with UNRWA. That will be our recommendation.
Israel accuses the organization of turning a blind eye to militant groups it says have infiltrated the agency to siphon off aid. The UN agency denies the allegations, saying it quickly responds to any allegations of wrongdoing by its employees.
To disregard the undeniable fact that
Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you tomorrow with more news and updates. Goodbye.